Nice badge.
Keep an eye on the elevator. I'm gonna go wait for forensics.
Okay. Let me know when they get here.
Excuse me.
Message from the sheriff. Prince asked more for 5 reports. If I can't bring back their author, I must bring back the reports at least. I'll know them when I see them. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it. The victim lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Don't worry. finish here, and then I'm on my way.
Free. You're gonna be okay.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith. Is that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL. We got a call from the caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Is the caretaker still here?
He's in the living room. But I don't think you'll be able to get anything useful out of him. Poor guy's in shock.
Who was the first person on the scene?
That would be Baker. He's somewhere around here. It shouldn't be hard to find him.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, he had his ID on him. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah, a wife and an 8-year-old daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the US, no criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The daughter, June, we've looked and she's not here either.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we're sure to find out about. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head. We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say it was a real bloodbath. So, you're here to take over the case?
No. I'm working on something else. Moore's name popped up in one of our investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know. Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please
I'm busy.
cooperate with him.
Sorry, I'm busy.
My ship ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives. My ship ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives. The apartment has changed since my last visit. I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
Mr. Adams?
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Sir, listen to me. You had nothing to do with this. You did the right thing.
He was bleeding. I saw him.
I know. And you did the right thing. You offered to help.
He didn't answer. How could I have known?
You called the police. There was nothing more you could do. That's not your fault.
What should I have done?
You tried everything.
Are you sure? Yes, I did everything I could. You're right. What do you want to know?
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. Newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well...
Yes?
His visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit, that's a little unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No. He was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Without any disrespect to the deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff.
Do you think she could have been having an affair?
She's a very respectable woman who loves her husband very much. I don't know what sick kind of world you live in.
And you would certainly not like to find out.
They had their ups and downs, just like any couple. The staff had noticed that she went to Costa Rica.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica.
Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's,
What do you mean by acting tough?
more than once I overheard them talking to Mr. Moore, like they were his boss. The world upside down.
They worked for us, just like your dear Mr. Moore.
I hope they won't find another job anytime soon.
I imagine the girl left with her mother? Tell me about the evening again.
Mr. They...
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the base. Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him.
Huh. You managed to calm him down. I thought that would be impossible.
Yes, and he was able to answer a few questions. Looks like Lydia's planner.
Did you find anything?
Nothing, Lieutenant. Why is the FBI interested in Moore?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
The dinner of a mortal who's at the end of their rope. The dinner of a mortal who's at the end of their rope. The dinner of a mortal who's at the end of their rope. There are bloody prints on these bags. There are bloody prints on these bags. There are bloody prints on these bags. Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. Oh, there are blood stains on the garbage chute. Ugh, what a stench. Fine vintages imported from Europe. Moore knew how to treat his guests. Nobody told me there would be a retainer here.
The ghoul who was searching here was looking for something specific.
Ugh, what a mess. A fortress security catalog. They install highly secure rooms.
What are you playing at?
Oh, I beg your pardon?
Don't mess with me. Who are you?
Calm down, Mr. Bazori. I meant no disrespect. I work for the council.
Why would the council have sent her without warning me?
Most of the time, they send me to clean up.
Are you behind this?
No, I got here after it happened.
What's that file you've got?
Oh, an account file. Have it. Here you go.
Okay. Let's see how much she knows. All right. What have you found?
Oh, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm not really allowed to talk about my missions.
Give her a chance to explain. Think very carefully about what you're going to say, Lane. I'll ask you one more time. What are you doing here?
You're putting me in an awkward position.
You know our rules. You know you don't have a choice. What are you playing at?
I appreciate your consideration. I know that my life is in the balance.
I'm listening.
I was sent to get Mr. Moore and his papers.
But why didn't the prince tell me?
I don't know what's going on, but I really don't have time to lose.
What do you...
You can be sure I'll report this to...
No, please. I beg you. Promise me you won't tell anyone about it. Please. I've always been a loyal servant of the... I'm...
You're right.
I really don't want to.
So be it. This will be our secret.
Fine. If we've both got to be here, we might as well work together.
Well, I've already searched the wife's office. I'm work...
Quit stalling, Lahane. give me the files.
Yes. Yes. Here. That's everything.
You made the right choice. Tell me exactly what they asked you to do.
I got a message at 2:20 telling me to go to this address. I was supposed to pick up more and some financial
Read the message you received.
I don't have that phone with me. Too risky.
Well?
I hope I'm not going to have any trouble.
I'll tell the prince you obeyed your orders, but you'd better go.
But my mission. I've got to...
No questions, Lane.
Very well, Mr. Bazori.
Ugh, what a mess. The ghoul who was searching here was looking for something specific. This is where I met Moore for the first time.
Son of a bitch wasn't messing around. Have you seen all that cash?
A souvenir from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange.